The number one question I get all the time, and when I am on these blogs and see actors' questions through like Reddit or whatever I'm doing, and on our website, and then on InstaFace and Faceplant, is actors saying, how do I access my emotional truth? How do I cry on cue? How do I express my rage? You guys, there's a question every class. Or there's a comment about, oh, I did it in rehearsal, but you know, don't know if I can do it up here, whatever. And it goes back to the way we're trained to be human beings to function in this crazy world. And we are taught the absolute antithetical way to be antithetical to the acting process. We're taught to subvert it. Every emotional impulse, strong emotional impulse that we have as a child is basically either tamped down or shut down, or we're told to adjust it or quiet it. And that's how we're trained. Same way a dog's trained, same way any pet is trained. If that's the reinforcement you get all the time, doesn't take long. And most of you have reached the age of 20 or so. Some of us are way past that. But we've been trained to not feel. And we're smart people, so we've learned it pretty well. And then we come into this process, or this business of acting, and we realize, wait a minute, I have to make some adjustments. And it's a wonder we can get there at all. But the good news is we can find our way back. These exercises are a way to do it. If you do them every day, and you know your assignment, one of your assignments daily is to do the numbers. Our core exercise, 10 counts of happy, 10 counts of angry, 10 counts of sad, 10 counts of happy. Why do we include happy and angry? I mean, we could do happy pretty much, but some of us have a problem with happy. I've seen it. And angry, well, some are better than others at angry. And the reason is emotion is emotion. You've heard me compare it before to water. You can boil water, you can freeze it, you can make it tepid, you can make it lukewarm, you can chill it, you can do a lot of things with it, but it's still water. And so is emotion. My path to tears was rage. And I am here to tell you that one of the things I'm seeing in my country down south is the fact that these emotions have not been allowed to be expressed, and now they're coming out in ways that are really unhealthy for everybody in the world. You'd sit in a coffee shop and watch people walk by in any city in the world, or get on a subway, or any of the wonderful transits that are in not just this country, but especially in Europe. And you see people with that look on their face, same bullshit, different day. And they're in the greatest cities of the world. Your awareness or your consciousness doesn't allow you to appreciate the surroundings and the wonderful life you have. What excites you? Does this profession excite you? It should. If it doesn't, you're in it for the wrong reasons. Choose something exciting that you love to do in your life, you'll never have a job. I've told you before, I think acting saved my life. I really do. Because I got to give into my rage and cry like a baby, and now it's like certain commercials, you know, come on, and I'm all done. I watch Glee and I'm in tears the whole time. It's just ridiculous, but I love it. I told you this a couple weeks ago. Jim Valvano said, you know, laugh every day, think every day, cry every day. You'll have a full life. And it's true. But most people that you see out in that world, they don't do that. They do what they've been trained to do, which is to bottle all of this stuff up, and it's unhealthy. Doesn't work for me. As an actor, it's death. Okay? You have to have this available. I've told all of you, watch TV and film with a pen and a pad. You'll be startled when you start doing it. You say, that show? That show has extreme physical behavior. That show has extreme emotional behavior. You should have seen the episode in Glee where after one of the lead characters died of a drug overdose, the kid from Vancouver, that shit was not faked. That was not acted. That was some real stuff. And to their credit, they let them, they wrote the script to allow these characters to grieve for their brother or their guy. And this goes on all the time. And if you can't bring that, you're going to be limited as an actor. And I know I'm preaching to the choir, but this is why, success is about what you do every day. Not just that one class or that one day. It's the little days. How many of you play a musical instrument? Raise your hand. Okay? How many of you can read music and sing? Okay? Okay? It's the same thing. It's little black symbols on white paper that you then have to interpret through your instrument. And that's what acting is. Little black ink on white paper, we process through our instrument. This is our instrument, our voice, our body, our emotional life. And we come up with, instead of music, we come up with behavior that tells the truth of the story. But what they don't tell you about the music, the little notes and the dotted half notes and the quarter notes and the 16ths and 32nds and the changes in the scale and whatever the key is, what they don't tell you is how to bring the you to it. And if you've ever looked at a musical score, I'm doing this every day. I'm taking Chet Baker's, but not for me, and I've got all the notes, right? And I'm playing the notes. But then when I hear him sing it or play it, it doesn't quite sound the same, right? Because he's found a way to put himself in the music, as all great musicians do, as all great actors do. We can have 10 different actors do the same role, and they could all be great, but some are just going to have that something. And that something is you. You got to bring that to it. And in order to be able to do that, the first thing you have to do is to have an instrument that can express it vocally, full out, emotionally, full out, and body, full out, with no restrictions, no inhibitions. If you're thinking about it, if you're judging yourself, you're limited. Yes? Okay? So, this is what we do. I was thinking about bringing maybe some more exercises into this. This is very different than my class was with Daryl. He used to do the first half of it would be students that came in that didn't have a particular scene or monologue, and they would actually do an exercise instead. And everybody worked every class. If you didn't have a monologue or scene, you did an exercise. But all you guys work so hard, you always have monologues or auditions or scenes. But I'm thinking of maybe bringing some of these in mandatory, because I really think that it's just as important, maybe more important for some of you than doing the scene work. And I'm going to think about it a little more, and then I'm probably going to do it. I want to leave you with this. Repetition is the mother of any skill. You've heard me say that before, right? What is repetition? Anybody? Anybody? Repetition?
You do it multiple times.
Okay, what else?
Mastery.
All right, what else? Anybody?
Perseverance.
All of that's true.
Being a habit.
Being a habit, creating habit, okay. Somebody else? Continuous. Okay, all of those are true. But in its simplest form to me, it is failure repeated until you are successful. How do we learn? We learn by failing. If you think of it, we don't do so good the first time, or the second, or the third. The difference between expert and amateur is an amateur keeps at it until they get it right. A professional keeps at it until they cannot get it wrong. The gulf between the two of those is the Grand Canyon. Now, I've said this before too, that I'd love to discuss the system by which we learn with whoever set it up, because there's got to be a better way. But to fight against that or to rail against that is silly. That's the way we learn. There was an actor who said this, and I'll bring his name up at some other time. I've forgotten it, but he said that being able to go from failure to failure with a great attitude is really a secret of an actor's success. Because when we start out, and even after we start out, we get a lot of no's to get those yeses. And if we are in any way, not committed to what we are about to do, we're going to quit, or we're going to fail, really fail. I don't know why the system is like that, but discouragement and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success. Dale Carnegie said that. Great motivational writer and speaker. Develop success from your failures. Persist, determine. These are the things that make a difference. And know this, you're on a noble path. Acting is, to me, it changed my life. It gave my life purpose. It gave my life excitement. I can look back on the 39, going on 40 years I've been in this business, and I have not one regret. I can't open a picture. They're not breaking down my walls to get me to work, but I love it, even at my age. I've never regretted this decision. It's amazing because I got a lot of regrets. I got a lot of decisions I can't put in that category. But this is one of them. And know that you're doing something wonderful, something creative, something that'll keep you young, something that'll keep you vibrant, something that'll keep you interested, something that'll keep you from being one of those people walking by that coffee shop with all this stuff inside them. Sing your song and sing it loud and be happy in your work. Thanks for listening.